the Super Bowl, probably one of the most American sports in the entire world. Now, you can argue that a lot of things can be American, but definitely football is up there as one of the most American sports. And I just call the Super Bowl just a sport in general, but it's kind of unique in the fact that it brings the entire country together, whether it be through drinking, gambling, ads, or just the halftime show or what have you. It brings the whole country together just to watch and enjoy it for one day, no matter who you are, where you're from. That is the power of the Super Bowl. It's part of American culture, basically. Now, the halftime show is what I'm going to be talking about today because I personally really liked the halftime show. I'm Puerto Rican. Let's get that out of the way. It's not a secret. It's not something I try to keep secret. No, I'm Puerto Rican, and I personally really loved seeing my whole culture represented in just the span of a 10 to 15 minute performance done by Bad Bunny himself. American citizen, might I add. That will be important later. Anyways, the Super Bowl halftime show was an incredible representation of Puerto Rican culture, whether it be anything from the sugarcane fields all the way down to the detail of a child falling asleep at a Puerto Rican party that goes late into the night. Which, if you're Hispanic, you've done this at some point. It's just an inevitability, unfortunately. A family party will be happening, you'll be tired, be like, Mom, I want to go home! Just a little bit more. And they're dancing with family and all that. An hour and a half passes, and you just passed out. You're done. You're just falling asleep. It's a part of Hispanic culture. I don't know what to tell you. It happens all the time. A couple officially got married at the Super Bowl halftime show. Like, that's incredible. That is actually insane. And also, guys, it's Jover. little sidetracked. Guys, it's so Jover. We can't compete with that. We can't compete with that, gentlemen. If you are engaged right now, just know if you are talking with your fiance and actually get into a fight about who to have perform or where to do the wedding, basically anything to do the wedding, you might hear, there's a chance you might hear, that's interesting. A couple got Bad Bunny to perform their wedding at the halftime show. How can you top that? I can't! That's the answer! I can't top that! Like, it's so Jover, guys. It's so over. Like, I'm just gonna be talking to my girl and she's gonna bring up the fact of, oh, you want to do it at this venue that you're talking about? Yes, I think it'd be really nice. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Just, Bad Bunny hosted a whole wedding at the Super Bowl halftime show. It's so Jover, guys. Just really quickly, in the case that she does end up seeing this, honey, I'm sorry. It was just a joke. I love you. I'm kidding. I have to throw that in there just to be safe. But back to the video. A lot of people did have a problem with the halftime show for some really crazy reasons. Some of those reasons being, well, Bad Bunny is not an American citizen. Why would we want a US citizen performing at one of the most American sports ceremonies of the year? And I do understand where they're coming from with that. However, few problems with that. One, he wouldn't be the first foreigner that we've had perform at the halftime show before. We've had multiple, I'm gonna try to see if I can find a list and put them right here. We've had multiple celebrities perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. They just ended up mostly singing in English, which is the predominant language of the United States, which is honestly not a problem. But then there's one other thing. Bad Bunny is not a foreigner. He is 100% a US citizen. The United States gained ownership over the island of Puerto Rico in the late 1800s, and ever since, all of the citizens that are born in that island are US citizens. I'm not counting the people that are born on United States soil, because naturally everybody knows those will be US citizens as well. But the people on the island of Puerto Rico are US citizens because it is a Commonwealth of the United States, which is really a colony of the United States. You know, the one of 13 that the United States originally were. 50 nifty United States with 13 original colonies. Yeah, Puerto Rico is a colony of the United States, and all of the people on that island or born on it are citizens of the United States. And even though that is a historical and factual statement, many people still don't realize that, and have, as a result, said very what's the phrase? Xenophobic things, because they are predominantly Spanish speaking, and while Spanish is not the main language of the United States, a large portion of the population here do in fact speak Spanish. It is perhaps right behind English in the most spoken language in the United States, and is one of the top 5 languages in the entire world. So the fact that some people are saying nobody can understand what this person is singing about or what they're saying, I'll help you in knowing a lot of the things that Puerto Ricans sing about is food. There you go. It's not all that he was singing about. I'm sure it was only a small portion, but it's really not that hard. See America, see United States? They like food too. In fact, I would say if you tried Rihanna the Papa, you might change your mind about this whole situation. I really do think so. In fact, a really funny comedian that I found, I don't remember his name, I'm super bad with names, I'm so sorry, but I will put his name right here. He made an interesting statement saying how the same people that are going to be complaining about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl halftime show are also the same people that are munching on guacamole and chips and having the tacos that they DoorDash to their house being basically stuffing their faces with it. That's basically what it's going to be, and it probably was the case. He said that people like that are willing to consume the food from that culture, but when they're forced, I guess you could say, to hear the music from that culture, that's when they get upset. Which, I don't want to get political at all. That's not my place, that's not where I want to go. I just think it's kind of dumb. If you're going to experience a culture, expand on it, learn more about it. It's not bad. It's a lot of really cool and unique things about not just Puerto Rican history, but it also feeds into the history of the United States that a lot of Americans do not know. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we all knew that there would be a little bit of controversy around this halftime show, but I don't think any of us were wanting it to be this bad, or we were all hoping it wouldn't be this bad, but it actually was. It was actually such a controversial halftime show that, what was it, Kid Rock? I think it was Kid Rock. Future PUMSQUATCH, fact check me on this. Was it Kid Rock? Huh. Well, there was basically an anti-Super Bowl halftime show that happened during the same time for people who didn't want to hear Spanish music in their day, which seeing Lady Gaga perform, by the way, was not on my bingo card, but it was still really cool. It was a really good performance, and it's a huge shame that it had such backlash from being performed. It was such a huge performance, and I really did love it. Either way, it's still such a huge shame that this ended up being so controversial that there was an entire group of people that honestly just wanted to have a halftime show completely separate from it just so they could avoid experiencing it and seeing it. It's a really big shame because it represents the island of Puerto Rico and its culture super well, even showing the coqui frog, which, small creature, big voice. Small island, big voice as well. And even playing a song from Daddy Yankee, or a little bit of a song from Daddy Yankee, it was such a huge shame that there were so many people that were so unwilling to experience that, because it is such a beautiful culture, such a beautiful thing to experience. And yeah, I loved it. I don't speak Spanish, and I loved it thoroughly. So that's it. My opinions. I hope you all have a good day. Thank you very much for watching. Really look forward to seeing you all in the next video or stream of whatever I do. And as always, I am PUMSQUATCH. Goodbye.